A man robs a bank, disguised as a tree. A woman joins a search party to look for herself. And a dead man is found, with a coded message the FBI still can't crack. These aren't jokes. They're real cases, verified, documented, and stranger than fiction. This is 0 Hour Files, and these are 3 crimes so bizarre you won't believe they actually happened. Manchester, New Hampshire, July 7th, 2016, a Thursday morning. The Citizens Bank on Elm Street had just opened when something rustled through the glass doors. Customers turned and stared. A man walked in, but barely looked human. His entire body was covered in tree branches taped to his arms, chest, and even his legs. Twigs stuck out of his hoodie. Leaves draped over his shoulders. He was wearing a makeshift camouflage suit, made of actual foliage. To some, it looked like a prank. To others, it was terrifying. He walked up to the teller. No mask, just branches. He passed her a note, didn't say a word. The teller handed over an undisclosed amount of cash. And the man in branches? He turned and walked out. Leaves rustled as he vanished into the city. But here's where the plan fell apart. Cameron Kennedy, 49 years old, known to police, had forgotten one crucial thing. The bank had cameras, lots of them. And through the twigs and leaves, his face was perfectly visible. Just hours later, he was spotted entering a building without the branches. Same hoodie, same pants, same face. Arrested on the spot. Kennedy was charged with bank robbery and sentenced to 5 years in federal prison. Investigators later noted signs of erratic behavior and possible substance use. Some saw it as desperation. Other, performance art gone wrong. One detective reportedly said, "It was creative, but not exactly Ocean's 11. The media called him the Tree Bandit. And while it sounds ridiculous, it worked. He got the money. He got away. For a few hours. But in the end, even nature couldn't hide him from a security camera. Iceland, 2012. A tour bus stops near Elja Canyon, a remote volcanic region. The group disembarks. They explore, take selfies, wander the cliffs. But when it's time to leave, someone reports a woman missing. She was last seen wearing dark clothing with Asian features, possibly around 5'5" inches. The group doesn't recognize her, so they wait. And when she doesn't return, the search begins. Search parties are dispatched. Volunteers pour in, flashlights scan the volcanic fields. Helicopters are placed on standby. Among the volunteers is a woman from the tour group. Worried, concerned, determined to help. She spends hours looking for this missing person, asking others if they've seen her. But then, at 3 a.m., one of the searchers turns to her and says, "You fit the description. Are you the person we're looking for?" She freezes. Slowly, it sinks in. She is the missing person. She had changed clothes after the bus stop. No one recognized her, and when someone casually mentioned a missing woman, she assumed it was someone else and joined the search. There was no malice, no mystery, just a surreal mix-up that led to a full-blown rescue operation. No charges were filed. Everyone laughed about it, but Icelandic authorities had never seen anything like it. Experts say this is a classic case of identity confusion under stress, made worse by a language barrier and social pressure. When you hear a problem described, it's hard to imagine you are the problem. It's almost poetic, looking for something that's been with you all along. St. Charles County, Missouri, June 30th, 1999. A man's body is found in a cornfield, 15 miles from his last known location. No gunshot wounds, no signs of a struggle. Decomposition suggests he'd been there for days. The victim? Ricky McCormick, 41, a high school dropout with chronic heart problems and a criminal record for statutory offences. But what made this case legendary was what they found in his pockets. 2 handwritten notes. Lines filled with random letters, numbers, parentheses and dashes. They looked like nonsense. One example line read, Felon PVBV a .04H9 TSE Nfsusiku. To anyone else, gibberish. But to the FBI, possibly a code. The notes were turned over to the FBI's Cryptanalysis and Racketeering Records Unit, then to the American Cryptogram Association, then released to the public in 2011, hoping someone could crack them. To this day, no one has. Even more confusing, McCormick was reportedly barely literate. His own family told police. There's no way he wrote that, he could hardly spell. So who did? Some believe McCormick was involved in something bigger, possibly a drug operation, or acting as a low-level courier for people far more dangerous. Others think the notes are personal, a private shorthand known only to Ricky. But if that's true, why haven't even the best codebreakers figured it out? It's been 25 years. The case remains unsolved. The notes remain a mystery. And somewhere, maybe someone still knows what they mean. A bank robber dressed as a tree, a tourist who searched for herself, and a man who died holding a code the world still can't solve. These aren't stories from fiction. They're real, and they remind us just how strange real life can be. Which case blew your mind the most? And what do you think that FBI code actually means? Tell us in the comments. And if you want more stories like this, real, raw, and absolutely unforgettable, like this video, subscribe to 0 Hour Files, and hit that notification bell. To quote Mats Fredriksson, reality doesn't need fiction, it writes its own.